Shut up and sit down.
Greetings, my fellow Earth travelers, and welcome back to Modded Minecraft. All the mods 6. How is everybody doing today? All up in your face. So, guys, last time we worked on the create mod, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm digging it. So, I'm not gonna continue on with this today, but we will be back to it very, very soon because I am having a blast with this mod. And I think there's a lot of really cool things we can do with it. But today I want to address an issue, and that issue involves my clothes. You can see we're wearing somebody else's hat. We're wearing some janky boots that we found, and we're wearing somebody else's clothes, you know, chest plate. We're wearing iron pants that just basic old iron pants. Anyway, we're wearing garbage, basically. Garbage. Well, I mean, these are pretty good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like, I just got mending on it. I ain't too bad with that. But I would like to start being able to get my own enchants. And did a rather unusual access way. To do that, we need to work on an enchanting table. And there is a mod in this pack that takes care of that. And is the reason we have sugarcane growing to the sky. So we are going to get to break this today. Yeah. So I've been doing a little bit of work off camera. Not a lot. I did not, as I said I would, shame on me, bad Obelix, address the waterfall like I said I was going to do. It's basically exactly where it was when we left the last episode. But actually I kind of just forgot about it, to be honest. But I did, as you might notice, build a path. You know, we had, of course, our little basement path here. And then I built another little path around the side here and down. And you'll see little bits of what is a new building peeking out. We will come down and check this out as we go down the path. I think this came out pretty nice. And yet another kind of Tudor style. But I wanted something a little different. I wanted, you know, a harder slope on this side and a softer slope on this side. And I think that worked out really well. Took me a long time to get it figured out, you know, shapes and sizes and all that bits. But I really do like how it came out. Got these, I forget what wood this is. I'll show you in a second. We got these little trapdoors here. We got some glowstone under there to provide some lighting, or lanterns in this case, glowstone on the roof. Yeah, it just provides a little bit of contrast, a little texture. We got the same thing going on over here, though you can't really see the... Let's see if I can get up here. Yeah, there you go. You can see the little trapdoors there. Little contrast. We got a little shape to it. It's not just flat. I think that really worked out nicely. Man, that's a good looking building, I think. You know, put our leaves around, got to put the bushes, make everything look nice. What is this wood again? I hear stupid rat somewhere. God, I hate those stupid rats. Strip maple log. That's the one. It's the one. Is it in here? Anyway, you can tell what's going to go in here. That's obviously going to be an enchanting table. This will be our enchanting room. And I did bring over the crafting grid and the fluid grid. We'll have zero use for the fluid grid in this building, I think. But the crafting grid will come in quite useful. I might actually pull the... Oh, that rat is driving me insane. Oh, I want to kill it. Where are you? You need to die. I'm not going to find him because he's probably underground. Nope, there he is. Hacha! Stupid, noxious critter. Anyway, we've got a place to put our enchanting table. We need to make said table. Let's go ahead and do that while we're here. Why am I even, huh? That's not what you do, Obelix. Why are you being stupid? Can you tell I've been playing other games and, yeah, they're making me brain dead. At least to Minecraft anyway. There we go. We have achieved enchanting. Boom. done. And I don't know if light still comes out anymore. It used to. Let's see. Is it F7? Oh, apparently light no longer runs through an inch. Why am I clicking on all the wrong buttons? That's what happens when you play too many games. Anyway, yeah, that used to be lit up because of that glowstone under there, and apparently light no longer travels through enchanting tables. So that's the thing. Gonna have to figure out how to light that up. Not a problem. We'll take care of that. For right now, we'll just slap a lantern on there so it's we don't get bad things. Boop. Problem solved. At least for the short term. Anyway, now we need some bookshelves. Now, the mod I'm talking about that provides additional resources or a different way of looking at crafting is called Apotheosis. And this is all the garbage it adds to the game. And the ones we're looking for are these bookshelves. And the bookshelves have different effects. You notice that it says Eterna and Quanta. And then this one has Eterna and Arcana. And those are going to play an effect in what we do and how we do. Short, we're going to have to make a whole bunch of bookshelves. It is completely changed. Let's turn the lighting off. It has completely changed the way you do crafting. Not crafting, enchanting. Good grief, where's my brain placed today? Anyway, we're going to go over here and we're going to break this because, well, one, I just want to. I've been wanting to since we... What in the world was that noise? Oh, that was just a zombie. I thought I heard some completely different creature I'd never heard before. I was like, ooh, I want to go find you and kill you. But it was just a zombie having a bad day. Anyway, we're going to come over here and we're going to break this guy. Let's actually maybe fill this in. Do we need to? Kind of want to. Just so we have somewhere to stand. Look at that. Look at that. That's awesome. Yeah. All right, here we go. Oh, just the insanity of it all. And we're full. An entire inventory full of sugarcane. And it's still raining down upon our head. Okay, there's just something satisfying about that. I ain't even gonna lie. What? Why are they, where, huh? How are they getting sucked up? I don't have any more space. Do I have them in here? I don't have them in here. Where are they going? Oh, they're just going at my feet. Duh. Man, you can tell it's been about a week since I played this game. I'm like, I ain't clueless over here. What the heck's going on? Oh, that's funny. Can I get that again? Oh, you gotta be right on the edge. That can't be good for the game. That can't be good for lag. That's too funny. Okay, anyway, we have an insanely wicked amount of sugarcane now that's going to follow us, and those are going to regrow back to the sky. Oh, game, you amuse me. All right, so I'm going to go stick these in a... probably not in my storage system, because that is a ridiculous amount of sugarcane, and we already have a ridiculous amount of sugarcane. Oh, no, we have 8. Well, okay, let's, we now have almost 4,000. There you go. Just that fast. Okay, so I will put it in my storage system because we have plenty of disk space. We're holding up just fine. That one's actually full. We've just now started moving into this one. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Hell of a open door. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to craft up quite a few bookcases. And let's make sure we have the lapis to do this, because we do need a lot of lapis. Yeah, with these being full blocks, we've got plenty. Okay, so I'm going to work on some bookcases, and I'll see you back at the enchanting house. All right, so back here at the enchanting house with a pocket full of bookshelves. Now, I can throw these down like it is so, as you would. Now, these are Zelkovia bookshelves. They're just bog standard bookshelves. They're not the fancy ones from Apotheosis. Apotheosis. Can't get that word out of my mouth. So let's take a look at what we can do with these. Let's actually do this. And we're just going to make a cheapo junk sword to do some enchants on. And I'm going to need me a stick. Or a couple. Let's make, tell you what, let's make a few of these. And we're going to need, let's get a grindstone. We're going to need, why am I looking in here for that? Why? Just work, brain, work. Okay, we're going to need a grindstone most likely. We're going to need a snabba-dabba. And we will pop that guy down. Oh, you stupid trap doors right there blocking my where I'm gonna put it in a jerk. Alright. So just kind of want to look through this a little bit. Let's actually get a little bit of lapis while we're here. So handy having this right here. And now you notice your crafting table looks a little bit the same and a little bit different. All of this part looks the same, but this part, this is your difference right here. And you got your Eterna, your Quanta, and your Arcana, which we talked about before now. Eterna is the level at which your crafting table can craft. It's going to give you, that green number you get over here in vanilla Minecraft. That tells you, are you having a level 1, 2, or 3 enchant? All the way up to 30. Well, because we have full bookshelves, we can go up to 30. That's your Eterna level. So an Eterna of 15 grants you enchants up to level 30. But you notice it says current value 15 of 50. So what Apotheosis does is drastically increase this number way up above what vanilla Minecraft does. So you can get much higher enchants than you could. Quanta is a measure of flux. Don't get bogged down in that. Basically, like it says, it controls the variance in enchanting. Your final level will be modified by this value. So it's your level of enchanting. And then the Arcana is the rarity of enchantment. So the higher this level is, the more rare enchantments will be available to you. So if you want more powerful enchantments, you want your Quanta high. If you want your, the rarer enchantments, you want your Arcana high. And then depending on the type of enchantment you want is where you want your Eterna to be. So, ideally, if you had them all maxed, then you would get the potential for the best enchantments. Now, these books, as you can see, are not going to get us because they give us no Eterna. Well, they give us a little bit of Eterna. We get a little bit of Eterna, a tiny bit of Quanta, and no Arcana at all. So basically, pretty much the vanilla enchants and the low-level modded enchants. So we want better. To build better, there are bookshelves that Apotheosis adds. It's easy to search by Apo Shelf. Here's the bookshelves that it adds. So you can get the Hell Shelf series. So there's 3 in this series, and then you can get the Sea Shelf series, and there's 3 in that series. You can get the In Shelf series, which has 3, and then there's 2 special shelves, a B Shelf and a Melon Shelf, which are kind of, think of them like modifiers. So these are your main shelves, and then these are, special modifiers, let's call them. So the Hell Shelves, so the base shelf gets you an Eterna of 1.5 and a quanta of 1.5. The C shelf, same thing. Now these are your basic kind of starter shelves, right? But then you once you build these, you modify them to become the fancier. So you can get the blazing hell shelf or the glowing hell shelf. Then you can get the crystalline sea shelf and the heart forged sea shelf. Both of these higher tier shelves require the original shelf with an enchantment on it. So as see, it says requires at least sea infusion 3. So that is this basic shelf with an enchantment on it. Now this basic shelf, of course, requires a regular bookshelf to build. So you see why I'm saying we're going to need a lot of bookshelves today. If we go look at the 2 advanced shelves from the Hell Shelf series, we've got the Blazing Hell Shelf, again, requires an enchanted Hell Shelf with the Hell Infusion 3 enchantment. And then, of course, the glowing shelf is just the same thing with some glowstone. And you notice these have different Eterna and Quanta. So the blazing shelf is an Eterna of 2. So it's elevated above the basic shelf. So this is, remember, 1.5, 1.5 on Quanta. And then this is 2 and 3 on Quanta. And notice the max level went from 22.5 now to 30. So you get a higher level ability here. Now I'm avoiding these right now because we haven't been to the end, so we can't do these. But we can do these and we can do these. We have been to the nether. And you notice the blazing, we're going to need some blaze rods to make blaze powder and things like that. We've been there, done that. We need a glowstone. We've been there, done that. To get the crystalline shells, we need shards, which we can do, crystals, which we have. And we need shards, which we have. Now, we don't have any hearts of the sea, but hearts of the sea can now be crafted. But we would need to get into mystical agriculture. And then, of course, get some nautilus shells, which can also be crafted, again, with mystical agriculture. So that is somewhere we can go if we want to get that really high arcana of 10. And then, of course, you've got the Quanta and Arcana of 3 and 3. So this tends to be Arcana heavy. This tends to be Quanta heavy. But I think we're going to start with building kind of a mix of the Hell Shelves and the Sea Shelves. So the Sea Shelves, we're going to need some prismarine bricks, no problem. Pufferfish, well, we have a fishing farm down in the caves that we can use. I believe it has some pufferfish in it, plus water bottles. For the Hell Shelf, we're going to need potions of regen. I don't think we have a very good source of that at the moment. We need some gas tiers. We might have 1 or 2 gas tiers. I don't really remember off the top of my head. But we can use our create mod to make the potions a little bit more efficiently, which is nice. I don't think we can do much with this right now. Yeah, I think that's probably the way to go, is with the create mod. So do we have any gas tiers, or am I going to have to go on a gas hunt? I'm going to have to go on a gas hunt. I don't think I've seen that many gas, to be fair. But that's probably a mob cap issue, so I'll have to head over into the soul sand and get us some gas. Okay, so let's start with getting some basic shells. Obviously, we'll start with the seashells because that's going to be the easiest. Okay, so I have crafted up about not quite half a stack, well, quarter stack of seashells and hell shells. Now, remember, we need to enchant these to go up to the next tier. So if I drop a hell shelf in there, you can see it says limited enchantability, and it has that question mark, which means there just ain't much there. So we're going to need to recycle the enchanting table. And an easy way to do that, of course, is with just, using stone swords or whatever, whatever cheap thing you happen to have. So we got stone sword here, for example. Actually, I think I saw a few more in there already. Let's just take those out. And, oh, we're going to need lapis. So we'll take that. And this will let us recycle with just a cheap enchant. So we'll go ahead and just put the unbreaking on there. Really, we only need one. We could just, you know, run it back through here like so. Get some XP back. Now we can see if we can do the shelf. Nope. So we'll run the sword again. And run the shelf again. Nope. So you see, we're just going to cycle through these until we get what we want. All right, the very next enchantment, as it so happens, was what I'm looking for, the Hell Infusion. Now notice it's Hell Infusion 1 for both Tier 2 and Tier 3. If the quanta were higher, that would increase the likelihood of a Tier 2 or a Hell Infusion 2 or a Hell Infusion 3. Remember, we need Hell Infusion 3 for the upgrade. If the Arcana is higher, that just increases the chance for Hell Infusion to actually show up in the list. Because you notice several times we went through and didn't get Hell Infusion. Well, the Arcana is going to help us actually make that show up. So, one thing we can do to increase that opportunity is by replacing all these bookshelves with these bookshelves, which actually have Quanta and Arcana in them. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So, and what I'm going to do is put in a mix, because the sea shelves have the Arcana and the Quanta is through the Hell shelves. So we're going to just do a mix of the two. And I think we want more Quanta than we want Arcana. So I'm going to do boom, boom, boom. I'm going to just kind of do an every other one kind of thing. Like a so. And they don't have to be in this pattern. I just threw it in there because. And now, hopefully, that will increase our opportunity at getting, look at that, Sea Infusion 3. Remember, Sea Infusion is the one for the seashells, and Hell Infusion 3 is the one we want for the Hell shelves. So that is awesome. And we actually get it now on level 2, so we can spend less levels to get it. And that's because of our Quanta and Arcana. So we'll go ahead and spin this one to get that and set him aside. Now, can we get him again? Ooh, Hell Infusion 1. Do we want to risk it for the biscuit, knowing that we would need 2 Hell Infusion 1s to make a Hell Infusion 2 and then 2 Hell Infusion 2s to make a Hell Infusion 3? Probably not. It's probably better to just recycle swords again, right? And that way we can just go with this level 1 enchant, cheapo enchant, and then try again. Oh, no, that's not a good deal. So we're just going to keep cycling through and playing and see what we can come up with. Now, here's a good example of one you definitely want to check, because Hell Infusion 2 is showing up on level 2, but Hell Infusion 1 is showing up on level 3. So, yeah, you want to make sure you're checking all the different availabilities. And I think we will go ahead and do a Hell Infusion 2, because I can upgrade that sucker. And here's actually a Hell Infusion 2 across all 3 tiers. So, of course, we're going to go with the cheaper. So we can toss that in, and we can get an anvil, put these 2 together, and make a Hell Infusion 3. And you see, we got all the levels in the world, so it shouldn't be a problem. Let's get our anvil out. And there we go for Hell Infusion 3. So I'm just going to keep trucking along. We're going to get all the Hell Infusions and all the Sea Infusions to really goose this thing up to the next level. All right, I've run through all the shelves I have. Ended up with 1, Sea Infusion 2, 7 Sea Infusion 3s, and of course 5 of the Hell Infused 3s. And I went ahead and enchanted a few books along the way. I always checked the book before I did the sword. The sword was kind of like the dummy, just to null it and reset it. But if there was a good book enchant, I went ahead and grabbed that. So we ended up with some, I wanted sharpness 4 on this one. I wanted the fortune on that one. And the Vorpal on these two here. So we'll toss those in the system. We'll look at those later. What I want to do now is work on the upgrades to the shelves. So we got our 5 hell shelves, and we can go to either the blazing or the glowing. And, so the heart forged we're just not going to be able to do because of that heart of the sea. Not right now anyway. So these are definitely going to be this, which is the Arcana of 1.8. I would really love to have that Arcana of 10. But I think we're going to stick with this for the time being. Now the glow shells, we can do the Arcana 5 on those. So if we're doing these, which is 2, 3, 3. This is 2, 3. So this is actually the better choice. And between these, we can get that Arcana 5. So I'll probably do the glowing shells and the crystalline shells. So let's look at those guys. Yeah, so there's our crystalline sea shelf. So we're going to make as many of those as we can make. Perfect. And then we're going to make the, yeah, it was the glowing shelf is what we said, right? I think. Probably. I don't want to get it wrong. Good enough. All right, so what I'm going to do is replace these shelves with these shelves. So let's see, we have 5 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we have 7 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we can do 1 of those. Okay, so let's do the 5 of these. Do we get the shelf back? Oh, we do. Perfect. Wasn't sure if we were going to get the shelf back or the books like you do with a regular bookshelf. So we're just going to drop these out and drop these in. Perfect. So now we got our glowing hell shells, which ironically look almost, yeah, almost exactly. You can tell by the books at the bottom is the difference because these have this little bit of glowstone in there. I guess the top is right here is just slightly different than right here. Other than that, they basically look the same. Okay, so now we got 7 of the crystalline shells. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll drop these guys in. Now we have a relatively good enchanting table. So we're getting quite a bit of Arcana, a little bit of Quanta, and a little bit of Eterna. Or, yeah, we've almost maxed the Eterna because I think it was, what was it, a max of 30? Yeah, a max of 30 on these guys, and we've almost maxed it out. Now, one thing you can do with these guys, you can't do with regular shelves, is we can put another row around the top. So I can reuse these that I have and just place them right on the top here. Like that so. Oh, we don't want to use that enchanted one yet. We could, but we don't want to. Now we got our full 30 on the Eterna, and we got a little more Quanta and a little more Arcana. Perfect. So now we can start doing some pretty decent level enchants. So let's look at our pants. Just a lame iron. Notice now we can get protection 5, something that doesn't even exist normally. And and teleportation, which I have no interest in. Let's do the protection 5, just cause. So we ended up with fire protection 5, protection 5, and magic protection 5. Those are some pretty doggone good pants. So what this is going to allow me to sit here and, you know, actually really put the crafting table or the enchanting table to use, getting some good enchantments, which are going. I should put my pants on. Actually, let's get a little iron. You know, since we went ahead and made them all sparkly, now we can, you know, no reason we shouldn't have them all shiny. Would have been nice if I'd done that on some diamond pants, but it's fine. So we got a cool little enchanting setup here. We're going to be able to put that to good use, enchanting a bunch of books that we're going to use towards applying enchantments to other things. And we got a neat little enchanting house here, which I do really dig the look of. And I like how we got the area nice and lit up. We got paths going back and forth. I am digging it. But I do think that is going to do it for this episode as we sit here and sparkle in all of our glory, even though most of these were already enchanted before. We got pants that sparkle now. Ain't that a thing? So sure do appreciate you guys. As always, till next time, get out there, make some noise. See ya.